Hello everybody, my name is Nomin. If you're new to this channel, welcome. In this channel, I talk about creating your passion-driven life, making your life more meaningful, more fulfilled, and happier. Some people believe in the universe, some people believe in the source, some people believe in angels, some people believe in guidance, some people don't. Some people believe in what they can actually see, touch, scientifically prove, and we are almost divided into I am scientific, I am spiritual, I am both scientific and spiritual. But why? Why is it so different, and why now? What's happening on the planet right now in our humanity in this time? If you've been following the spiritual contents, you know that we are going through this huge spiritual awakening, huge transformation. But why is it now? And aren't you curious why the life is, why the way we live, way we think, way we feel, what we believe in is the way we are? I think the question comes back to, why are we built in a way we built from the beginning? Why are we biologically built in a way that our left brain is more logical and more playing in the front, but our right brain, our wisdom, our faith, our love is playing at the back? And unless we purposely go to it by meditating, by performing arts, it's just playing at the back. It's always there, but it's not noticeable. Left brain, that is more logical and also anxious, fearful, that helps us to survive just enough, is always in the front. Why is it so difficult? Isn't that very difficult, where you have to figure out that, okay, it's sitting at the back, I am wisdom, I am love, I'm spirit, is sitting in the back, but what we actually see and feel is not what we want. And interestingly enough, that's what makes us different from different living creatures, different animals. Humans are way too smart. That's the reason we suffer. The living environment that we had, when we go back to the cages, when I'm from Mongolia, I'm from nomadic culture where my grandparents lived in transportable homes. It's called ger, a circle where you just take the circle home and then move anywhere you want. And Mongolians live at least 4 times a year. Easily. They don't have a fixed property, they don't have to buy anything, they don't have to sell anything with a very high price. They live in accordance with the nature. They don't make any money. They just get everything they need to get from the stocks, the animals. The herders live like that, and that's how my grandparents lived. And it was not too far where people lived in accordance to what we originally meant to live. But things have changed for last years rapidly. That's why we are facing this problem right now. Things have changed in a way that we have given too much emphasis on money and time and everything associated with it. If you have a lot of money, we get reputation, we get a lot of respect from others, and everybody wants to be somebody who has the power, the finances, who's busy. That's not how exactly we meant to live when we were first born. The initial idea was to use our amygdala, which is the alarming system for us to protect from immediate danger, to protect our physical body. But the rest is to enjoy. The rest is to create new things so we can enjoy, have fun. We don't need too much food in our body. We just eat just enough so that the rest of the time we are just connect with each other, help each other, care for each other, nurture the surrounding environment that we have. And that's how we've been living for long, hundreds and thousands of years. But only for last couple of years, our change in our mentality has the significant impact in our planet and the living species and creatures in general. Now is the time for us to think back and see what we have done to ourselves, to our lives. Amygdala, which was built to protect ourselves from immediate dangers, that turned into an anxiety, which is not an immediate danger, but the possibility of having a danger, a fear of having a danger, not an immediate danger, but the possibility. And that turned into a scarcity mindset, that turned into survival mindset. And then we started paying attention to materialistic stuff, and then we started associating our happiness to those stuff. But that's not true. It's only for the last couple of years. And then we started thinking, unless we build lots of finances, lots of backup, we're gonna suffer. We're gonna stay hungry. We need lots of clothes, otherwise I'm gonna feeling cold. And then started associating it with how we look to others, how we present ourselves in a society. So it gets all over, and it gets so confusing that we forgot to play, forgot to love, forgot to get connected, forgot to create the things using our imagination, using our wisdom, using our skills that we all have born with. And when you started doing other things that we're not meant to do, basically we went off track. We started consuming a lot. We started making so much harmful impacts on our society and planet and ourselves, so that the planet can't even handle this behavior anymore. The only way that can stop us is through the pain. But we don't understand that the pain is a signal for us to go back to playing, to go back to creating things, go back to feeling connected, go back to loving each other. The pain is just simply the signal. Hey, something is off track here. Why don't you go back? And it's only through meditation, it's only through connection that are natural to us, can lead us back to where we feel fulfilled, where we find meaning in our life. The off-track ways, the materialistic views, the confusions, all sorts of confusions will lead to a pain after the pain and after the pain. And I think this is how it's supposed to be. That's the better way to teach people that we went off track than giving us a signal through pain. Imagine a planet where everybody meet the greedy needs. Everybody makes all the finances they need. The richer people get even more richer, and everybody else gets everything what they want. That's coming out of the confusion. It's just simply not possible. There's not enough resources, but we are going there. Now we're starting to awaken and say, hey, we are going the wrong way. We are going off track. Otherwise, the planet cannot sustain this for a long time. Even though we didn't have to know how exactly the universe works when we were living in a nomadic life in accordance with our nature, where we were happier. Now we have to know, and that's how we are getting awakened and realizing the true nature that we have, realizing the true power we have within our bodies, the feelings, the emotions, the intuitions, the connections to the souls and spirits. And that's when we start to feel like enjoying in the nature is what we need. Connecting to people is what we need. We always needed it. And I would like to emphasize, let's be brave to announce that we are awakening from the confusion that we have. Even though we are professionals, let's not shy away from the fact. Let's not worry about what other people think. And let's just embrace the fact that we are awakening. We are coming back to our true nature. And we are coming back to enjoying the life how we're supposed to enjoy. And it's amazing when you start living a simple life. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in my next video.